TNA Bound For Glory is live in this Sunday on pay-per-view. But before I get to my Bound For Glory predictions, let me very quickly recap Impact Wrestling from tonight that I just got done watching, because it honestly was one of the better Impact Wrestling shows that I've seen that TNA has put on in months, possibly years. Alright. First match was Austin Aries versus James Storm. Now, I think originally this was supposed to be the main event for Bound For Glory. James Storm was going to win the series, but they quickly changed plans because Jeff Hardy's popular and they thought he should get the main event. So seeing them go at it, seeing the match that we were supposed to get at the pay-per-view was really cool. I didn't really know who would win, and the interference of Bobby Roode, continuing their feud, helps Austin Aries win, and he looks stronger than he probably has in the last couple of weeks going into that match. Next match, Hernandez versus AJ Styles. That was a match I was into because I really wanted AJ Styles to win, and I was pissed beyond belief when Hernandez won. Taz was right. That was a big upset, very big upset, and I get even more disappointed every time I see AJ either going through that shitty fucking feud that he had with Dixie Carter, and then that woman who claimed she was pregnant with his kid and he found out that it was all a lie. Thank God that feud's over, or storyline. Thank God that's fucking over. One of the worst storylines I've ever seen. Sting and Bully Ray versus Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. Sting and Bully Ray are going to team this Sunday, so this was their tune-up match to face the tag team champions, which is funny that that's their tune-up match. You see Bully Ray getting cheered, and he's working with Sting, and he's trying to prove to Hogan that he really is, or was, the right choice for this match to fight Aces and Eights, and he probably did prove that he's a good choice, but at the same time, I don't trust him. And I think at the pay-per-view, he's going to turn on Sting, because it just seems like the way to go. But it was cool to see Sting yell at him to get the tables and do the whole Dudley Boys thing. That was pretty funny. Brooke Tessmacher fought Gail Kim, and Brooke won. You know, Gail Kim, I don't really know what's happening with her, because she left WWE because she didn't think she was being used right, which, granted, she probably wasn't, but she comes to TNA, she wins a knockout title, she had it for a while, but now she hasn't won a match in a good while either, so what is she going to do now, leave again? She's gone back and forth between WWE and TNA so many times that it's hard to keep track, and I don't know. I like Brooke, though. Brooke has gotten a lot better in the ring, especially, I mean, think about it. She first started, or at least I first saw her, in the WWE's version of ECW as Team Expose with Kelly Kelly and Layla doing the dancing every week. She never wrestled in WWE, she just danced. And then she just showed up in TNA, and who knew she can actually wrestle? And she's gotten better. She's a Knockouts champion. I like her. And I also think that referee, Taryn Terrell, who used to be Tiffany in WWE, when she was like the ECW general manager, and she was married to Drew McIntyre in real life. I don't know, I just find her really hot, and seeing her as a referee, yeah, that was a great call. And the main event of Impact Wrestling was Jeff Hardy versus Bobby Roode. Pretty good main event, and good match between the two. Back and forth. I honestly didn't know who would win because they both had big matches going into the pay-per-view. Didn't know which one needed to win more. But Bobby Roode did the low blow and got disqualified, and that just brought Austin Aries out. And Austin Aries, he said he was going off script, but who knows. It's just Austin Aries reminds me of CM Punk, especially him being world champion. He's a guy who you never would have thought would have been world champion, and he's had it a lot longer than I thought he would. He's a good talker, he's a great wrestler, and I like seeing him with the world title, and I like that he's veering off to becoming more of a heel, because I think he's better as a heel. And seeing him, like those videos or the last couple of weeks of them trying to say that Austin Aries was jealous of Jeff Hardy, I wasn't really buying that. Just Austin Aries never seemed like he would be that type of guy to be jealous of Jeff Hardy. I mean, think about it. Jeff Hardy's had, like the last year or so, he's had a pretty shitty like deals in his personal life with the drugs and the court cases, and you know, like he barely got this house shot that he's getting this Sunday. That's how many problems he has. And Austin Aries didn't seem like someone who would care about the fans cheering for him either. So I'm glad he spoke the truth, came out and said, look, I'm not really jealous of you. The only thing that I am jealous of you about is the fact that this company treats you so much better. And he wanted to change that, and he attacked him, and that's Austin Aries becoming the full-fledged heel that he should be. And like I said, Impact Wrestling was a really good show. Surprise, because I can't tell you when the last time I said TNA put on a good Impact Wrestling show. I really can't. And before I get into the Bound for Glory predictions, I want to mention about Sting being inducted into their Hall of Fame, the very first inductee into the Hall of Fame. It's cool. Even though I still think, I've been saying this for a while, that TNA should not have a Hall of Fame. They haven't been around long enough. But if they're going to do it, Sting is definitely the person to do it with. Sting deserves it. He's had a hell of a career. WCW, TNA, he's been wrestling for over 20 years. I don't know the exact number, but it's been a long fucking time. I just hope that if Sting were to join the Hall of Fame, I hoped it would have been for WWE. He hasn't wrestled for WWE, which sucks too, because I want to see him, at least before he retires, wrestle for WWE, whether it's for like a year or even if it's just for a couple months. And I want to see him at WrestleMania, because a guy like him deserves to wrestle in front of a huge crowd, like 80,000 people. Sting, I don't think, has ever had that experience, even in WCW. He's just probably never been in a building like this. And he's been in TNA all this time. For some reason, he's content with being in TNA. Looks like he'll never be in WWE. But he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, so there you go. Christian was supposed to induct him, but I guess either because of his injury or because Christian really doesn't want to be at Bound for Glory. I don't blame him. But he won't do it, so who knows who's going to do it now. I know Lex Luger's going to be there. Should be interesting. Now, let me hurry up and get to the Bound for Glory match card. First match that was actually just put together on tonight's episode of Impact Wrestling. It's for the X Division Championship. Zema Ion, the champion, defending against Rob Van Dam. Wow. Originally, I thought Rob Van Dam is downgraded to the X Division. Ouch. But then I started to think about it, and I said, well, not only do you not really have anything going on in the X Division ever since Austin Aries gave up the belt, became the heavyweight champion, you sort of just haven't cared about the X Division. But now with RVD, if RVD can win the X Division title and then start defending it against either, not even X Division guys, you can even bring in just other guys. Think about it, Samoa Joe used to be X Division champion, so you don't have to be that weight. I think RVD being the champion would bring new life into the division, and I'd like to see it. So I'm going to say RVD wins the belt. Knockouts Championship match, Brooke Tessmacher versus Tara. This is a feud that I'm sort of interested in. They, teacher and student, they were best friends. I've seen them kiss each other plenty of times coming out to the ring. And, Tara lost last time, so she became a heel, and she's been talking about her Hollywood boyfriend, who I guess is going to be there too, which I can only imagine who they're going to dig up to try to be her Hollywood boyfriend, who's Scott Baio. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who's it going to be, really? Is it really going to be an A-list guy? Is it going to be... Are you really going to see Matt Damon come down there? I doubt it. My prediction, I'm going to say Tara. I think it'll be a surprise, and Tara will win the belt. One-on-one match, Al Snow versus Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan is this guy who... You know how they have that once a month where a rookie is supposed to come in and have his match and tell a story and try to show the fans that they deserve a contract with TNA, and then the judges are supposed to say whether or not they get it. Al Snow, Bruce Pritchard, and Taz are the judges. Well, this guy Joey Ryan had a match, and they said no to him. I don't think they all said no to him, but they said no to him. And ever since then, he's been coming out almost every time that they've redone this with new people. And he's been causing ruckus in the crowd, having signs, yelling at Al Snow, provoking Al Snow. And Al Snow, I guess, one time punched him out. They almost got into legal trouble. Storyline. And somehow, to reach an agreement, like a settlement, they said, Joey Ryan, look, you can have this match with Al Snow, and if you win, you get a contract. So you know what? I'm going to say that Joey Ryan wins and gets the contract, because this has been going on for so many months now that has to be the payoff. Like, what would be the point of all of this happening for this amount of time if it doesn't lead anywhere? Like, if he doesn't win. If he loses, it's like, oh, so then that's it, and it just goes away, and then, like, that would sort of be pointless. Television championship match, Samoa Joe defending against Magnus. Now, they used to be tag team champions, they used to be friends and partners, but Magnus just up in one day turned heel because he felt like it, and he's fighting Samoa Joe, who won the vacated television title after Devon left the company. I think this would be a surprise, probably sleeper match, a match no one's really thinking about, but they'll put on a decent match. I say, though, that Samoa Joe wins, because he just won the belt, and he'll probably have it for at least a good while. And I'm not picking Samoa Joe either, because I'm insanely jealous of Magnus, who is dating Mickie James in real life. Fucking A, how hot is she? Fucking lucky ass motherfucking Mac. Alright, anyways. Next is the World Tag Team Championship match. Triple Threat Tag Team match. Christopher Daniels and Kazarian defending against Chavo Guerrero, Hernandez, and versus Kurt Angle and AJ Styles. Now, I could see this going either way. I mean, I think Daniels and Kazarian will lose the belts. It's just the question is to who. I see it be probably Chavo and Hernandez, just because they've been trying to push Chavo for a while now. The whole singles thing didn't really work out, it seems like, because they quickly put him into a tag team. Because when Chavo first came in, he's like, yeah, you know, these people see me as a legend. And then, like, the crowd's like, cricket, cricket, cricket. Yeah, I don't think anyone sees Chavo as a legend. Sorry, just because your last name's Guerrero doesn't mean you're a legend. Eddie Guerrero was the only legend with the Guerrero name. I'm sorry, just because he died doesn't mean we're just gonna give Chavo all this respect. He's an okay wrestler at best. I don't see him ever being world champion or main event. But he probably will win the tag team titles with Hernandez. That's my pick. Street fight match, James Storm versus Robert Roode. The special enforcer is King Mo. I guess King Mo is an MMA guy. I don't really know too much about him. I don't know if he came to TNA to wrestle, because I haven't heard much about that either. Special enforcer, yeah, okay, whatever. It doesn't seem like he is picking sides. So if I'm just going off of James Storm versus Robert Roode, I will say that James Storm gets the win, because last time they fought, which was for the belt, Robert Roode won. So if this is going to be the finale of their feud, James Storm should win this, especially since he was supposed to get the title shot and now he's not getting it. So they kind of owe that to him to win at Bound for Glory, to beat Robert Roode and end their feud, their beer money feud once and for all. Another tag team match, it's Sting and Bully Ray versus Aces and Eights. And the stipulation going into this is that if Aces and Eights wins, then they get full access to the building. They get to do whatever they want. I guess they pretty much get hired, right, if that's the case. And if Sting and Bully Ray win, then they're gone. They're banished forever. Now, if it isn't insanely, plainly obvious that Eric Bischoff is behind this whole Aces and Eights thing. Last week when Sting and Hulk Hogan got kidnapped and they were forced to listen to the Aces and Eights leader, or whatever he is, the Godfather, talk to them, but his voice was modulated. Even just his tone and the pauses he took and just the way he was talking, I'm like, that's totally Eric Bischoff. It's like, it's too obvious. If they're gonna try to do some reveal and try to shock people, it's like, that's, please. Like, I can smell it a mile away. Great. So Eric Bischoff, just when I thought they got rid of him, he's back. Who do I think is going to win? Probably Aces and Eights. Because like I said, I don't trust Bully Ray. He'll probably turn on Sting, and that'll be it for that. Now, that brings us to our main event. World Heavyweight Championship match. Austin Aries defending against Jeff Hardy. Now, I don't 100% know where this could go, because I could see them giving it to Jeff because of his popularity or because they want to see what he can do. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say Austin Aries wins. Not only does he deserve to keep the belt, but, you know, he's more dependable as world champion. Think about it. Jeff Hardy, unfortunately, still needs a little bit more time before he proves that he can be world champion. But then again, I did read that TNA wants to keep Jeff Hardy happy because when his contract comes up, they don't want him to just leave and go to WWE. So, shit, you know, maybe Jeff Hardy will win. Whatever, I'm sticking to my pick, Austin Aries, to win at Bound For Glory. So, yeah, guys, that's my pick for the pay-per-view this Sunday. Let me know in the comments below who you think are going to win these Bound For Glory matches. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace, subscribe, later!